make sure you don't miss out on what everyone else is watching, today I'll reveal the most popular shows on every streaming service based on total watch time. And then at the end, I'll also reveal the top 10 most popular streaming shows overall. With all that being said, let's get started first with which streaming service do you think had the most watched new or returning show in 2023? Probably Netflix, right? But you would be wrong. Netflix did have 7 out of the 10 top shows, but the number one spot actually belonged to Apple TV+, thanks to Ted Lasso. If you haven't seen this show, it's super funny, has great reviews, and I would definitely recommend it. So Apple TV Plus is coming off a great 2023. But how is 2024 looking so far? Well, they've only had one popular show so far this year, and that's Masters of the Air. While Ted Lasso is a hard act to follow, Masters of the Air is relatively popular for Apple TV Plus. It was the most watched season 1 of any Apple TV Plus show, and it was the 4th most watched season of any show on Apple TV Plus. It's another war show from the same creators of Band of Brothers and The Pacific. It takes place during World War II and is about the true story of the 100th Bomb Group, known as the Bloody 100th, and the dangerous missions they went on to destroy targets inside German-occupied Europe. Reasons to watch. If you like action or war shows, if you like Band of Brothers or The Pacific, if you like Austin Butler, who played this guy, and it has pretty good reviews at a 7.8. Reasons not to watch. If you haven't already seen it, I would recommend watching Band of Brothers instead, as it has higher ratings and is a really good show. Some of arguably the best shows of all time have been created by HBO, such as Game of Thrones, The Wire, and The Sopranos, and more recently, House of the Dragon, Succession, and The White Lotus. The problem is, Succession just ended, and The White Lotus doesn't come back until 2025. But luckily, House of the Dragon is back, baby. In the meantime, True Detective Season 4 had to hold down the fort, which was the most popular new show on Max so far this year, followed by a documentary called Quiet on Set, The Dark Side of Kids TV. Season 4 of True Detective was the 5th most watched season of any show on Max, but it was well below their 2 most popular shows, House of the Dragon and The Last of Us. True Detective is an anthology series in which police investigations unearth the personal and professional secrets of those involved, both within and outside the law. This season was set in Alaska. Reasons to watch. If you like crime, drama, or mystery, if you liked seasons 1 to 3 of the show, you're from Alaska, and it has really good reviews at an 8.9, which is mainly due to season 1 though. Reasons not to watch. If you haven't already seen it, I would recommend just watching season 1 instead, as its reviews are a lot higher than season 4's. When I think of Paramount Plus, what comes to mind is Star Trek and shows created by Taylor Sheridan. In case you didn't know, he's the guy who created Yellowstone, but also this show, and all these shows. And if you look at Paramount Plus's most popular shows of all time, 6 out of 8, or 75%, are either Star Trek or are from Taylor Sheridan. But the most popular show this year so far is neither. Halo Season 2. Season 2 of Halo was the 2nd most watched season of any show on Paramount Plus, only behind Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 2. Halo is an adaptation of the best-selling video game franchise on Xbox, also called Halo. Here's the synopsis. With the galaxy on the brink of destruction, Master Chief leads his team of Spartans against the alien threat known as the Covenant. Reasons to watch. If you like action or sci-fi shows, or you liked the video game. Reasons not to watch. The rating of 7.3 isn't bad, but it's not nearly as good as other recent video game adaptations. If you're a hardcore fan of the game, you might not like the fact that Master Chief takes off his helmet in the show. But from what I read online, it seems like fans do like Season 2 more than Season 1. The most popular show on Peacock this year so far is Ted, closely followed by The Traitors and Apples Never Fall. Ted was a new show and was the third most watched season of any show on Peacock, only behind Poker Face and The Best Man Final Chapters. The show is a prequel to a 2012 movie also called Ted. It stars Mark Wahlberg and a teddy bear that has come to life, voiced by Seth MacFarlane, who also directed both the show and the movie and is the creator of Family Guy. Reasons to watch: if you like comedy shows, if you like the original movie, if you like Seth MacFarlane, and it has a pretty good rating at 7.9. In terms of shows, Disney Plus is best known for its two biggest franchises, Star Wars and Marvel. And these franchises dominate Disney Plus. When you look at their most popular shows of all time, Star Wars and Marvel make up 15 out of 20, or 75% of their top 20 most popular shows. But the most popular show on Disney Plus so far this year isn't from either franchise. It's Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Percy Jackson and the Olympians was a new show and was the 10th most watched Season 1 of any Disney Plus show, and also the 12th most watched season overall for any Disney Plus show. But what's even more interesting is that outside of the Star Wars and Marvel shows, it was actually Disney Plus's most popular show ever. So the fact that Disney Plus had a hit show that wasn't from one of these two big franchises is a big deal, and a sign that they can make other popular shows as well. Here's the synopsis. Demigod Percy Jackson leads a quest across America to prevent a war among the Olympian gods. Reasons to watch: if you like action, adventure, or sci-fi shows, if you like the books, you're a fan of Greek mythology, and if you're a parent and you just want a show that you can watch with your kids. Reasons not to watch: the rating of a 7.1 isn't bad, but it's not the best. And also, just so you know, it's rated PG-13, so the target audience is younger kids. Other than The Bear, it's been a while since Hulu has had a new hit show. If you look at their most popular shows of all time, 4 out of the top 5 seasons were either The Handmaid's Tale or Only Murders in the Building, which were released in 2017 and 2021 respectively. So it's been a while. But number 4 is a new show, Shogun. Shogun is the most popular show by far on Hulu so far this year. Shogun was the most watched Season 1 of any Hulu show, surpassing Only Murders in the Building. Shogun is based on a book and was originally announced as a limited series because it covers the events in the book. But due to Shogun's success, a second and third season have now been announced, which I was excited to see because I really liked the show. Here's the synopsis. When a mysterious European ship is found marooned in a nearby fishing village, Lord Yoshi Toranaga discovers secrets that could tip the scales of power and devastate his enemies. Reasons to watch: if you like drama, adventure, or history shows. If you like the book, the show is giving Game of Thrones vibes. I describe it as Game of Thrones, but it's set in 1600s Japan and has samurai. The ratings are very good at an 8.7. Reasons not to watch: if for some reason you're someone who doesn't like watching shows with subtitles, because this show is half in Japanese. Netflix has no shortage of popular shows this year, which is no surprise given that Netflix is the largest paid streaming service in the US. Here are the top 10. 2 are returning shows: Love is Blind, which is Netflix's most popular reality TV show, and also The Crown. The other 8 are new shows. We'll go over the 5 that I think are the most interesting. Fool Me Once, Netflix's most popular show this year so far. Fool Me Once was the 7th most watched season 1 of any Netflix show. Here's the synopsis. Widowed mom Maya is disturbed by an image of her late husband captured on her toddler's nanny cam. Reasons to watch. If you like crime, drama, or mystery shows, reasons not to watch. Rating of a 6.8 is not the best. The Gentleman. The Gentleman is Netflix's 2nd most popular show so far this year. It was a new show and was the 12th most watched season 1 of any Netflix show. Here's the synopsis. When aristocratic Eddie inherits the family estate, he discovers that it's home to a huge weed empire, and its proprietors aren't going anywhere. Reasons to watch. If you like action, comedy, or crime shows, if you're a fan of Guy Ritchie, who created this movie, and the ratings at 8.1 are very good. Three Body Problem. Three Body Problem was a new show and was the 13th most watched season 1 of any Netflix show. It's about a fateful decision that was made in 1960s China that reverberates in the present, where a group of scientists partner with a detective to confront an existential planetary threat. Reasons to watch. If you like sci-fi shows, it was created by the guys who created Game of Thrones, which could be a good or bad thing depending on how you like the finale. It's based on a series of best-selling sci-fi books, and the rating at a 7.5 is not bad. Avatar: The Last Airbender. This is a live-action remake of one of my favorite shows of all time. It's about a young boy known as the Avatar who must master the 4 elemental powers to save the world and fight against the enemy bent on stopping him. Reasons to watch. If you like action, adventure, or comedy shows, if you liked the original show, you heard the original is good, but you're not a fan of animation for some reason, just don't watch the movie. Reasons not to watch. I would recommend just watching the original if you haven't already seen it, as it has much higher ratings and fans of the show already consider it to be a perfect show as is. Baby Reindeer. Baby Reindeer follows writer and performer Richard Gadd's warped relationship with a female stalker and the impact it had on him as he is ultimately forced to face a deep, dark, buried trauma. Reasons to watch. If you like biography or drama shows, it's a true story. The show was created by the actual real-life stalker victim, and he plays himself in the show as the main character. The ratings are pretty good at a 7.8. So, as you can see, Netflix has a lot of popular new shows so far this year. But even with all these new shows, the most popular show of the year so far is not on Netflix. It's on our last streaming service. And now for the big reveal. The most popular show by far on Prime Video this year, and also the most popular show on all streaming services this year, is Fallout. Fallout was a new show, and as you can see, it was the most watched season 1 of a Prime Video show ever, surpassing even The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. And if you look at the most popular season 1 shows across all streaming services, it's number 7, up there with juggernauts like Wednesday, Squid Game, and Dahmer. Fallout is a show I really liked. I was familiar with the game, but never played it. I watched the show with my wife, who was definitely not a gamer and also never played the game. But yet, she really liked it too. We both liked how unique the show was, and we were really curious about the universe it was set in, which, in case you don't know, is the former United States of America, which is now a wasteland after nuclear bombs were dropped and destroyed the country. So now, let's go back to our original math problem. To me, Fallout has the Western element from Westworld, the post-apocalyptic element from The Last of Us, and the gore from The Boys. These are 3 shows I really liked. So if you like them as well, I think you would like Fallout too. Reasons to watch. If you like sci-fi, action, or adventure shows, you like the video games, you liked Westworld, The Boys, or The Last of Us, and the ratings are very good at an 8.4. Reasons not to watch. The only reason I can think of is if you're a hipster Who wants to say you didn't watch the most popular show of the year that everyone else watched? Now, if you bring all the streaming services together, these are the top 10 most popular shows this year so far. And if you're curious, these are the most popular shows from 2023. I hope this video helps you find your next show to watch. And the next time someone asks you, how do you hear about all these new shows? Tell them I have a TV guide.